Zita, and today I am joined by Steph.
Hi.
Steph is a commercial helicopter pilot and instructor, and we are currently in Pretoria, which is in the north of South Africa, for a very exciting adventure tomorrow. We are going to be picking up a tiny little R22 and flying it across South Africa to the Western Cape. So Steph is going to show us the routing for tomorrow.
So the plan is that the helicopter has been bought for a private owner, and he has entrusted me and you to deliver his helicopter for him. So we'll be taking off from Wonderboom National Airport, which is just north of Pretoria. Then we'll be heading south down towards Johannesburg. We just need to make a quick stop at Tedderfield airfield where we need to collect the helicopter's wheels. They stayed behind somehow. And from there we continue our journey down in a westerly direction towards the Cape. We'll see where we sleep over. So we don't really have a plan for where we're stopping over. If we find a beautiful spot along the way and we feel like stopping over, then we can do that too.
So this is all looking a little bit chaotic up here.
Totally chaotic. So here we are currently in our Airbnb site, and that is where it is picking up our little aeroplane emoji there. This is the whole greater Pretoria Joburg airspace. So we will be taking off from Wonderboom, as I mentioned, which is up there. Then we'll be coming across, if you can see, between two military bases, which are Waterkloof and Swartkorps. So we will come straight through. We won't be able to gain a direct routing. There is a highway between the two, which we will then follow. Then we will come all the way down. We have another airfield over there, Grand Central. And then we come down to the south of Joburg to Tedderfield, which is where we collect our wheels. From there, if I zoom out for you a little bit, you might be able to see our routing. From Tedderfield, we go down to an airfield called Parys, not Paris, Parys in South Africa. Then we go down towards Bloemfontein. After Bloemfontein, we go to De Aar. From De Aar, we go to Beaufort West, Oudtshoorn, Robinson, and we are actually delivering the helicopter for the owner just outside of Cape Town in a small airfield called Wellington. At an average ground speed of about 70 knots, we're looking at 10 hours of flying. But I think it's going to be a very exciting trip. I've done similar trips, but I've never done this exact trip. And I don't think I've done a ferry this long in a Robinson 22 before. So really looking forward to it.
See you tomorrow.
Woo. Could I please file a flight plan?
Alright, what's your call sign?
Thank you. Zulu Sierra, Oscar, Bravo, Juliet, Victor flight rules, Golf type of flight. The type of aircraft is a Romeo Hotel 22. Lima wake turbulence. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
So we just arrived at Wonderboom Airport, heading to the hangar right now, and fun little fact, I have never flown in an R22 before, and my first flight in it is immediately going to be a 10-hour journey.
Yeah.
Just heavy on the arms.
Oh yeah. It has no hydraulics, so after this trip Rosita's going to have good biceps.
Not a bad place to have breakfast this morning. I don't need anything from this bag. So something interesting that I'd just like to mention quickly is the headset that I'm using. Now, most people that follow me know that I am a fixed-wing pilot, and I love using this Bose aviation headset. The cool thing with this is I have, let me just show you here. I have this Bose headset that has the LAMO plug. Now this is the most modern type of plug, and the cool thing is I have these connectors, and here is the one for the helicopter. I also have a separate connector for fixed wing that has the two plugs, and now I can kind of interchange between flights. So great advice for fixed wing pilots that also fly helicopters and vice versa. This is literally the perfect combo because you only need one headset and can fly both fixed wing and helicopter using the same one. All right, Steph is going to do the walk around. Can you just tell me a few things that I have to look at specifically or I have to know about the R22 that's mainly different to the R44 that I've flown before?
Sure. So the main difference, as we have discussed, is of course naturally much smaller body, only 2 seats, and then the really small little blades. We also have no hydraulics in this helicopter, so we won't be checking our hydraulics. You can also see the back of the helicopter is completely open. Visual inspection is much easier than in the 44. And then of course this little box down here you won't recognize. This is our carburetor, so that's what we also will be checking. From a visual inspection point of view, very quickly, she's got less cylinders, but most of it is actually pretty much the same. You just want to check that, you know, everything is in place, nice and tight. Specifically the flex couplings, which we have 2 of over here, up in the front of the drive shaft, and then at the back over there, you want to check that they've got no cracks or anything funny on like that.
Since the helicopter hadn't flown in a while, the battery was flat and we had to make use of an external power source. Then it started perfectly.
Okay, so our clutch light is out. We were just waiting for the clutch light to go out. So you can put your hands on the collective. Okay, then we slowly roll her open to about 75%. Okay, so you do the left mag first. 1001, 1002, we see a drop, that's good. Okay, so you can take her all the way up to 80%.
Yeah.
Okay, we confirm that the governor takes over.
Yeah.
Okay, she's top of the green, that looks very nice. We got a clutch light, which is not a problem. We just know that she's retensioning. We're going to check our low RPM horn, the same as the 44. So you can just lift the collective a little bit. There you go, just like that, and then close it.
97.
And then close it all the way.
Okay.
Awesome. So our carb heat is in over there, our mixture is in, our trim is in. We always take off with the trim off. We don't have a squawk yet. Our radios are set, all of our switches are on, gauges are in the green. We can take the RPM up to the top of the green.
Above 80.
Okay, we confirm the governor takes over.
Yeah.
Okay, all of our warning lights are out, our battery is charging, we've got 3/4 fuel. Okay, so we can call them ready for the lift next. Good morning to you, ma'am. We are ready for our lift. We are at Trio Aviation this time. So she is going to be slightly tough on the controls. We are a little bit heavy. Just keep your eyes outside. Pretty similar to the 44. You need to give a little bit of left pedal on the takeoff. So let's feel it. Okay, here we go. A little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, there you go. How are you feeling? Feeling good?
Good.
Okay, you can come across to the right. Just
Tail's clear.
Okay. Okay, that's looking really nice. Well done.
First time hovering the R22.
Yeah. Very nice. I see I'm going to have to do nothing on this whole flight. So let's take off like this and then we'll turn out to the right.
Okay, I'm going to keep this.
Yeah.
Bring the nose forward.
Nose forward more.
Yeah, and then bring the nose up a little.
Okay, a little bit more forward. We want 40 knots first. There you go. There's your 60 knots. Very nice. Okay, so we can continue the climb.
Channel 1.
Yep, just like that. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, so this is Pretoria. Woo! Positive Tower, good morning from Zulu Sierra, Oscar Bravo Juliet.
Oscar Bravo Juliet, good morning, go ahead.
Good morning to you, sir. We are Wellington outbound at Beaufort. We'd like to route direct Tedderfield via yours if possible, please.
Oscar Bravo Juliet, your aircraft type, passenger power and endurance.
We are a Robinson 22, sir, 2 on board with 2 hours fuel.
Oscar Bravo Juliet, play inbound 5,500 feet or below QNH 1028, report crossing Church Street.
Okay, so that is Swartkops military base over there,
yeah,
and that is Waterkloof over there, so we just bombed straight through.
Okay. Pretoria is pretty much ends over here, and then we go into the suburbs like Centurion, Midrand. And if you look way up ahead in the distance, those tall towers, that is Sandton City and the city centre of Johannesburg.
I can feel my biceps growing already.
You're doing fantastically well. I'm going to do nothing in the next 2 days. And we got 100 knots ground speed. How cool is that?
Yeah, perfect. I keep looking at that airspeed indicator. I mean, like, usually where that needle sits on the R44 is about 20 knots faster.
Oscar Bravo Juliet, we use an outbound at the Beaufort interchange, sir.
Oscar Bravo Juliet, broadcast intention 25.8. Good morning.
Thank you, sir. 125 at next. Have a wonderful day. Good morning. So this is Sandton over here, coming up to the right.
And there,
that is the actual Johannesburg CBD. So that is the original Joburg, Hillbrow, all those areas. I mean, the most dangerous part of flying in Joburg is our height restriction.
yeah.
They don't want you to go higher than 5,500 foot. That's normally what they clear you. And it's really congested, not a lot of place to land, so that would be the only real concern. Special Rules Traffic Helicopter, Oscar Bravo Juliet. We're routing from the Ellis Park area towards Tedderfield. Any traffic, please advise. We are 6,000 foot this time, QNH 1028. Tedderfield Airfield Traffic Helicopter, Oscar Bravo Juliet. Overhead the field this time, 65. We will be joining the right downwind runway 29.
Gonna stay awake on the feet.
Yeah, nice and awake on the feet. It is gusty, the wind's not going to be optimal. You're 60 knots, a little bit more. We've got about 300 foot to go.
Okay, if I bring the manifold down?
Yeah, and you can bring your speed, start bringing your speed back. So you're fighting yourself a little bit. So just keep her nice and steady. There we lose transition, bring in the power, just like that. All right, cool. The first flight was very exciting. How are you feeling with the controllability of the helicopter? The wind has been a bit difficult, but other than that, are you feeling reasonably comfortable?
The flight, it's very similar to the R44.
Yeah.
It's just heavy. I thought it was very easy to keep her stable. The flying part is all fine, but then coming closer to the ground, I felt that I had to be more active on the feet.
Yeah, totally.
With the R44, it's slower. Like, you really have that inertia
Yeah.
in the heavier body.
Yeah.
And here, it's like whoop, whoop, whoop.
Very nippy, hey?
Very
Very nippy, yeah. It's your first time flying it. By the time we get to not even Cape Town, I think halfway through today, you'll be totally comfortable flying her.
So we just landed at Tedderfield, stunning little airport. Lots of hangars here. Wonder what's inside. We've got some fixed wing planes. We are gonna try and fit all of this in here with the little space that we have left. Well, this is kind of proof how much we can still stuff in here. It's all light stuff, but it's not we don't have enough space for both of the bottles.
I don't want the battery to be on too long. It should have charged quite a bit now, but I don't want it to be on too long. So let's put the mixture in so long. Okay, and then we can put the battery on. Start, you'll go through. So we are going to be quite heavy now, which we do need to be aware of. Once we are airborne, we'll set course for Parys. Beautiful! Look at you, girl! Woo! Beautiful! Fantastic! Very, very nice. I'm super chuffed with that. Our power looks amazing. 21 inches. You're hovering her, yeah? You're looking really nice. Really, really nice. So remember, don't over control, don't fight yourself, check her forward, hold her there. Perfect, just like that. Okay, we're coming up to 40 knots, there you go, beautiful, absolute pro. Little bit of the wind from the right, that's why we're tail fishing, but all good. Tedderfield Airfield Traffic, Helicopter Oscar Bravo Juliet Airborne, runway 29, routing direct Parys. Any traffic, please advise. We can climb to 5.6, which is 500 foot above the ground, and then you can turn left for us.
Tedderfield is the airport where the sling aircrafts are built, very popular low-wing aircraft, South African built, very popular around the world, and shame we can't stay longer. I'm definitely going to come and visit again soon to meet the guys there. I hope I can do a little hangar tour.
we've got about 10 minutes, 15 minutes until we have to call up for Parys, and I think that's a perfect time to introduce Steph a little bit more. So can you tell me a little bit about your experience as a commercial pilot, as an instructor?
Of course. So I started my training down in Port Elizabeth. That's where I did all of my training. That was my closest base. Finished my training in March of 2012, and that's when I was offered a position down in Cape Town. The position entailed being an instructor on the Robertson 22s and 44 helicopters, and then also doing charter flights on the Robertson 44 and the Bell 206. So as you would know, Cape Town's very well known for the winelands, wine farms. So those type of tours we did. Absolutely loved my time with the South African Police Service. I am a reservist for them, which is awesome. So they could call me up at any time to go and fly for them. But the reason I then resigned from the police service was because I had an opportunity to fly in Zambia at the Victoria Falls. And that was just so exciting. I really felt like it was an opportunity I couldn't miss, you know, flying at the Vic Falls. See this right here, believe it or not. Oh yes, cool, okay. And that's the amazing thing about a helicopter. We can see where the wind's coming from. We can descend on the dead side and we can literally go straight in for the fuel bay. You know, especially uncontrolled fields like this.
I'm bringing the speed out a little bit.
Perfect, you can bring in power, nose forward. There you go, very nice.
Active on the feet.
Very active on the feet. But we are into wind, so she should feel less twitchy. Very, very nice. I'm super impressed with your handling. You're doing so well.
Beautiful!
Woo! I think it's safe to say you got the hang of it. The next leg is a little bit longer. These two were like 30 minutes, and Joburg had a lot to see. So look at this. It's already saying the outside air temperature is 30 degrees. That's a bit bizarre, huh?
Yeah.
Put it to 10 in the morning.
Fill it to the top. Hand this over to you, and then get. Let me see. So we just landed at the airport of Parys, and the town of Parys is situated on the banks of the Rivier. Now, story goes that it was named by a German surveyor who had taken part in the Franco-Prussian War on the siege of Paris. His name was Skilbach, and apparently he named this town after Paris because it reminded him of the location of Paris next to the Seine River. Are you ready for the next leg?
Are you ready for the next leg? Let's just gently pick her up into a hover. We just got the fuel bay in front of us. It's a little bit of a hazard, but we'll sort it out. And then we just keep her nice and low to the ground, in ground effect through the transition with a left-hand turnout for Bloemfontein.
Cool, my side is clear.
Yes, my side is clear whenever you're ready. Just like that. Absolutely perfect. Well done. Very nice. You can turn your nose to the right when you are ready. So this is the biggest problem with the 22 is that there's not a lot of reserve power available, especially when we are so heavy. Okay, then you can do a left for us, and we set course for Bloemfontein. So you can go slightly more left, and then pick a reference point. That purple line is the Bloemfontein CTR. The direct track takes us over, but I just want to miss the CTR. We don't have to talk to Bloemfontein. We can just go direct to Tempe. 2 hours has gone by really quickly.
It really has. Almost done with our third leg already.
I know, hey?
Hello, this is Charlie 77 Charlie. We're an RX helicopter currently operating at UTMB. We are doing a military exercise with the RX helicopter, and we are operating in the middle of the Tempe airfield on the grass strip. And we'll be operating for the next 30 miles. Charlie 77 Charlie.
Okay, so we copy the traffic. We have 5 nautical miles to run. We'll call you closer to the time.
Thank you very much. Charlie 77 Charlie.
Cool. How cool. An Oryx helicopter operating.
Nothing could eat this little Robbie 22.
I know.
Parking next to this one.
Yeah, that would be embarrassing. Oh, cool. There's the Oryx with all the troops. See?
Cool. Whoa. That is awesome.
Go straight through this little gap at the school over here. Start bringing your speed down.
That is hilarious. So here you got South Africa. And if we zoom in a bit towards here, so that is Wonderboom, where we departed this morning. Then we flew to Tedderfield Airport, which is over there. And we flew all the way southwards towards Parys, along Kroonstad, Welkom, towards Bloemfontein and New Tempe. That's where we are now, gonna have some lunch. And then later on, we are gonna continue our route south towards De Aar. And from De Aar, we will continue into the Cape Town FIR, which is towards Beaufort West. Definitely a 10 out of 10 for airport food. And back to the helicopter.
Okay, so this is always the trick with a plateau. You know, you don't really have a ground reference.
No.
So you need to be like really careful that you don't get yourself into a vortex ring state situation where you're descending really quickly with very low airspeed, trying to get down onto the plateau. And obviously, in terms of an engine failure, we won't make it now, but you know, you want to be able to get them. I'm not too sure what the ground is like, but even if we just go into a little hover.
Okay, I see a few stones over here.
Yeah, it might be a little bit rocky for this little baby. Little bit windy. Little bit windy. Okay. Yeah, it's windy up here. Okay, let's fly her out. This is gonna be even better.
So cool.
We do fly helicopters, so we do need to do this type of stuff.
This is
this is gorgeous. Go a little bit lower if you like.
yeah.
That places like this exist, hey? Okay, now we are really cooling. What is going on?
Ground speed of 68 knots.
Oh, not gonna happen.
22 nautical miles left. Quick refuel. Then on to our second refuel stop of Beaufort West.
Yep.
And then overnight stay. So we landed at De Aar Airport, got some fuel. The 2-hour flight, 2-hour and 6-minute flight up here was really quite tough. I'm not gonna lie, my legs were really tired and it was really, really hot. But we've got another long leg to Beaufort West, gonna refuel, and then we are going to head to our accommodation for tonight. Let's go.
Limited power takeoff. Woo! Okay, let me do my job. Some navigation. Okay, last leg of the day. Feeling good? Feeling
good.
Okay, 1 hour 30. 120 miles. So it's another long stretch.
Yeah.
Let's see how we go. my last few gummies. Oh, shit. All our snacks just fell out. Peanuts, raisins, Mari biscuits everywhere.
Oscar Bravo Juliet, QNH 1016. Runway 26 in use, report 7 miles inbound from the northeast.
I see a hangar slightly to the right of our nose. Yeah, I see it too, but where are the runways? Very good question. Career radio, we're still trying to find a runway.
Oscar Bravo Juliet, land on discretion, surface wind is 200 degrees, 7 knots, report safe.
Thanks, set there to land, pilot's discretion, call you safe.
Our last fuel stop of the day at Beaufort West. So what did you think of the 5th leg?
It was long. It was very long, but I'm glad we are safely. And I think 10 more minutes and we'll be at our guest house.
Woo!
I see a helipad. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah. You really need to make sure of power lines. That's our greatest enemy, as you know. So, and any low-lying obstacles. So we can see that there are lights. There is a fence around, but I don't see any power lines. Do you see any power lines on our final approach path?
Oh, I do see. On this side of the road, there's power lines.
Oh, that looks really nice. Yes, some power lines on this side over here. So I'm going to approach from the weighbridge side towards the helipad in the 26 direction.
Cool.
Little bit of a brownout.
End of a successful first day.
Yeah,
Definitely time for a well-deserved beer.
absolutely.
So that was definitely quite the flight for today. Luckily our legs for tomorrow are a lot shorter, and then we'll be heading into the Western Cape, which is gonna be super stunning. I am done for today. Took a lot more energy than flying the R44 and flying fixed wings, so I love this. The R22 is definitely a super cool little helicopter, has a special place in my heart, and I am looking forward to tomorrow's flights. Gonna be super, super cool. Last one for today.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yummy.
Good morning. It is 6:55 and I am ready for another day of flying. We're gonna get some breakfast and head out on our last 2 legs towards Cape Town. So I must say I do have a little muscle ache in my right arm and a bit in my legs. It's been a long 7-hour flight yesterday, but it was just super stunning along the way, and I'm sure we're gonna see much more beautiful scenery today. Are you ready for another flying day? Back to the chopper!
Little pumpkin. All right.
Okay, so we got quite a long leg this morning. It's going to be about 2 hours, 9 minutes. We should have more than enough fuel to complete the leg. If we have a really nasty headwind somewhere along the way, we might have to divert to Oudtshoorn to get fuel.
And the place we are going is called
De Dorens.
the Dorens.
De Dorens.
And then on to the last leg towards...
Last leg of the day, the last 30 minutes. Our landing area is slightly confined by trees and all of that. So we're going to pick her up just high enough to be able to go over the palm trees. and then we'll dip our nose down, get a little bit of ground speed, always looking out for power lines, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so we just need a little bit of height to get over this fence. We can check our nose forward and go a little bit and go over the fence. We might need to do a run up. Okay, pick her up. Nose forward, nose forward. There you go. Okay, yeah, we are clear. You can put your nose all the way forward. I don't see any power lines. Let's get some transition. Very nice. Once again, a very good example of how limited the 22 is on any reserve power whatsoever. Okay, we got 81 knots ground speed, which is fantastic, which means our fuel should be good. The owner of the helicopter, who's got fuel available for us, literally due west from our location where we slept last night. And the total distance of the leg is 160 nautical miles. I like to work on an average of 75 knots cruising speed in the 22, which gives us about 2 hours, 9 minutes fuel. And we've noticed, you know, on our legs that we've been doing and how we've been flying, what an incredible effect the weight of the helicopter has, number one, and then of course the wind as well. We kind of under the pump to really make sure that we keep our ground speed and our indicated speed above 75 knots so that we are extending our range. So our aux tank is empty apparently, but we've got 15 miles to go, so I'm pretty sure we'll be good. Just no stuffing around. Yeah. Any traffic in the Durance area, please advise for Robbie 22 Oscar Bravo Juliet. We are 5 miles out approaching from the east, tuning overhead for a wind check, and then for the hangars, any traffic, please advise. More. Okay, and you can line up with runway 09. Debrief traffic, helicopter Oscar Bravo Juliet, Robbie 22, airborne to Burns and routing direct to Wellington. Oh, 49 knots ground speed, that's not good. Wellington traffic, helicopter Oscar Bravo Juliet. We are 3 miles east of the Wellington field now. We're joining overhead for a wind check. Any traffic, please advise.
So we're gonna say bye to the little pumpkin and hop into the next helicopter.
So we were very lucky. We don't have to drive back to Cape Town. We get to fly back to Cape Town.
Woo!
So the client that we delivered the 22 for, his helicopter's got to go in for service in the city. So we are the lucky winners of yet another ferry flight. But luckily it's only a 40-minute flight. So I'll be in the pilot in command seat just due to insurance reasons. They want me in the pilot in command seat. But Rosita, you'll have dual controls and you'll be able to fly us to Cape Town.
Woo! Getting the helicopter all cleaned out for us. Quality service.
Okay, so we are on the climb out to 1,300 foot for Cape Town, I'm handing over controls to you. You've got control.
I've got control.
There you go. Woo! So, how does it feel to be back in the Robinson 44?
It is so cool to fly these two quite similar machines in one day, and the cyclic's super light. I don't have to grip it like I did with the R22.
And most importantly, we have an aircon, so we're nice and cool for our flight all the way home.
This Robbie 44 is being used to drop moths as a natural pesticide, so that is super cool. This area is also quite frequently visited by crop dusting helicopters and fixed wings, something I would really, really want to do at some point. What about you?
Yeah, absolutely. Special Rules East Traffic Helicopter Bravo Romeo Whiskey is a Robinson 44 airborne out of Wellington. We are routing direct Cape Town. We will be passing East Beam Santa Cruz shortly, and we'll be changing 1311.
Being back in the R44 is fantastic, but the R22, I've learned to really enjoy the flying in it. No, I think it's
good fun. And I think it was Lewitt that mentioned it to you, the chap from Rotorworks. He said that, and I had such a laugh. He said, you strap the helicopter onto yourself and you fly it. The helicopter doesn't fly you.
I was about to reference that. What he said was so true.
Bravo Romeo Whiskey, route inbound, threshold 34, 1,500 feet or below. QNH is 1015. Bravo Romeo Whiskey with the traffic in sight, cross runway 01, south of the control tower, and report final approach for the hangar.
Can you believe it? Back in Cape Town.
It took us a minute.
Bravo Romeo Whiskey, land at your discretion. Surface wind is 340 degrees 10, gusting 15 knots. Report safe on the ground.
Thank you, ma'am. Clear to land, pilot's discretion. Copy your wind and could you safe on the ground next?
Departure from
hey
Charlie
girl,
ahead.
we made it. We made it.
That was it for today. What a awesome journey it has been. Thank you for taking me on this super cool flying trip and teaching me all the things I need to know about flying the R22.
It's an absolute pleasure. I hope you enjoyed it, and I must say you flew really, really, really well. I have absolutely no hesitation in recommending you for a solo flight, and I wish you very, very, very many happy solo hours in the Robbie 22 and to many more crazy adventures.
Thank you so much. Well, I really hope I get to fly with you again sometime very soon, maybe in a bigger helicopter. We're going to see.
Absolutely. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, you are definitely one of the coolest instructors that I've ever flown with.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. As long as you enjoyed your flight, which I think we both did, I thoroughly enjoyed it, then we're winning.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was it for today. I hope everybody liked this video, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.